come out to play. Warrior.
What's good, my dear people? It is Crypto and Down episode. I don't even know what episode this is. Episode 9, Gentlemen of Crypto's channel. Episode getting close to 100 on our channel. What's good, Jams? It's good to be here. Tuesday evening. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Shout out to all the crypto rascals out there. Shout out to the crypto warriors on the Gentlemen of Crypto. I know we have been out, absent, not participating for the last few weeks. I welcomed our new baby girl, Maggie G, into the world. So definitely shout out to my wife, shout out to the newborn. Our family has continued to grow, continue to receive blessings during the bear market. So an honor to be back here before you. Remember, like, share, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your support. You can follow us on Facebook at Crypto and Down. You can also follow us on Twitter at Crypto and Down. And then, if you would like to, you can follow us on Instagram at Crypto and Down. Our NFT collection has been popping over the last several days. If we get a chance during the show, we'll go through some of the recent NFT acquisitions that we've made. But check us out, OpenSea.io/Crypto and Down. There is definitely some alpha there as far as NFTs with utility. If you want to follow what we're purchasing, just check us out. You will see it for yourself. Asherelle, man, we did a show yesterday to get the cobwebs out, make sure that we are ready to do this thing again. What's been going on in your life? Holla at your boy.
Just getting back into the work. I was out for a little bit. You know, I had that corona. The Rona took me out for a little bit, but I'm back getting into the groove. Had my first call back today. Went pretty well, but you know, after missing a few days, just got to get back on that horse. So,
absolutely. And shout out to the comment section over at the Gentlemen of Crypto, Jay Everything, JoJo Wave, Zenzale 18, Jump Out Girls, gang for sure. Congratulations on the painting event. We did see that. It's awesome to have live events promoting cryptocurrency. I saw some paintings of some Bitcoins that were made. So making education and crypto fun again. Shout out to the Jump Out Girls. So before we delay any further, you know how we do here at Crypto and Down. Let's get it, my brother.
Let's get it. Let's get into those top cryptocurrencies by market cap, brought to you by nomics.com. I guess you can go check out Star Trek Picard. Have not seen any of the new Star Trek TV show. I might have even missed the last movie, but let's go over some of the top gainers, of the day, as well as maybe we can look through that top 10 to 25.
Absolutely. Shout out to Clay Collins and the Nomics team for providing our market aggregator for us. Top gainers for the day is NIM token up 17.39%. Phantom also up almost 17%, coming in at 16.89%. Flow blockchains showing some strength, up 15.6%. And then you have Waves up 13.89%. Out of those top four, if I had to pick a favorite, it would definitely be and focus on NFTs in the sports realm. Global market cap. We're finally back above $1 trillion. No, this is not the start of a bull market in our honest opinion, but we are up 2%. A nice healthy bounce after much dismay over the last several months. We look at our global volume today, even higher than it was yesterday. Yesterday, we were sitting about $285 billion worth of volume, and we're up 16% today at $322 billion. So a healthy amount of volume in the global cryptocurrency markets. Looks like everyone may have been asleep for a few months, and they are starting to wake back up. Is this a fake out? Only time will tell. Is this a dead cat bounce? Will we see lows again? We shall see. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin sitting at $23,513 today, up 4.81%, with a market cap of $449 billion. We would love to see Bitcoin turn the psychological support level of $500 billion in market cap into support, and then begin to start chasing higher levels. So that $25,000 Bitcoin is a psychological point that if we can break through and hold, then maybe we will continue to see strength in the market, specifically in altcoins, depending on how Bitcoin does. Many people are predicting, like Jay Everything, shout out to you, that Bitcoin will go down to 11,000. Richard Hart has been very open about calling for the 11,000 Bitcoin. JP Morgan and their analysts recently said that the fair price for Bitcoin is somewhere around 13,500. So if everyone, or excuse me, the fair price, meaning that miners will be able to turn a profit as low as 13,500. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin over the next coming weeks. We're still in a pretty much sideways accumulation phase, somewhere between 19,000 and 24,000. So if we dip below 20,000 again, you might want to get your buy buttons out. If we start to get up towards that 24 to 25, you may want to close some of those long positions if you have. Nothing we say here is financial advice, just two brothers saying things publicly that we otherwise could say privately. Let's move on to our altcoins. Ethereum trading at $1,570, finally turning that $1,500 into support. Let's see how it holds. Up 50% over the last 7 days. So if you did buy that bottom in Ethereum, you have seen a nice gain over the last 7 days. Tether trading with a market cap of $65 billion today. Don't want to talk too much about Tether. Hadn't seen too much big news, mostly just rumors. USDC, though, I saw huge news today about USDC, and Circle, specifically the issuer of the USDC stablecoin, states that they will be going public by the end of 2022. So when we think about what could ultimately kick off a potential bull run, or what is a, buy the news, sell the rumor kind of event, USDC or Circle specifically going public at the end of the year is something everyone should be aware of, as that is a huge move. $54 billion market cap for USDC. BNB trading with a market cap of $44 billion. We'll talk about CZ and BNB a little bit later in the show. XRP, 37 cents, up 2.91%. BUSD, $18 billion in that stable coin. And then Cardano. Hadn't seen any news from Charles Hoskinson and team over the last week or so. Trading at 51 cents, but up 5.96%. As we mentioned, altcoins are rallying on the back of Bitcoin. Solana, trading at $45.48, up 4.52%, having a nice 30 days, up 33%. So if you look back over the past year, if you did buy Solana around that 2, 3, 10, 20 cent range, you have actually stayed in profit in Solana. It's just if you bought the top, you're not happy at this moment. Dogecoin trading at almost 7 cents, up 3% today. And then you have Polkadot at number 11, trading at $7.93, up 3.75%. Matic down 1.72%. But if you look at the last week for Matic has done extremely well over the last 7 days. They are up 75% just in the last 7 days and 145% over the past 30 days. So if you bought the bottom of this layer 2 scaling Ethereum solution, then you are a happy customer. Avalanche trading at $25 even, up 4.39%, having a nice 7 to 30 days as well. So after the 3AC liquidations, we found a bottom and we've started to rise up from that point. Will this be sustained? I will repeat, only time will tell. As many of you know, we are proud Hexicans here. So we'll round out with number 18 is Hex, trading at 4.5 cents, up 9.47% on the day, up just shy of 30% over the last 7 days, and having a nice month as well, just like many of the other coins, but well off of all-time highs as we are still awaiting the release of the Pulse Chain. So a nice thorough market recap on some of the things that we've seen, recent releases. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the comment section. We'll definitely get to them. Shout out to Malik Howard out there. Shout out to Gerald White. Appreciate the support. Just remember, please like, share, and subscribe. And Asherelle, that is today's market recap.
Yeah, not a lot going on. We'll probably see a little bounce here before we take another dive. We could see Bitcoin maybe get up to 25K. I was watching some technical analysis by Jenkins earlier today. So there could be a nice little pump leading into some of these altcoins that we could see. But like you said, the bear market is definitely not over and probably far from over. So,
and if we just think about the economy as a whole, oftentimes we think cryptocurrency is isolated, not affected by other things. But as we talked yesterday, Coinbase stock before the Bitcoin rally was down 86% from all-time. So, or excuse me, from their IPO, which is the all-time. So at this point, unless we start to see strength in the wider markets, stock markets, treasury markets, bond markets, commodities markets, we won't see that long, sustained bull run that we saw in late 2020 going into 2021. So that's all I got today on the market. I know there's a lot of news that we got to get to, so let's get it, my man.
we talked about this a little bit already, but just to reiterate, Coinbase and other crypto exposed stocks rally as Bitcoin and Ethereum rebound. They say a relief in cryptocurrency prices was good news on Wall Street for these companies. This article mentions Polygon's Matic led the charge, rising 22% on the day, according to data from CoinMarketCap. At the time of writing of this article, Ethereum had climbed 10.5% over the past 24 hours to nearly 1,500. So within the rise that we saw with Bitcoin and Ethereum, it looks like Coinbase and some other crypto exposed stocks saw a rally. Maybe that could be due to the stablecoin circle news that you were talking about them going public later on this year. So maybe that, any little bit of news to help prices rally, especially into the stock sector related to some of these cryptocurrencies. So these very high correlation between stocks and crypto, especially Bitcoin as a whole, the way it seems the top stocks move, Bitcoin moves. But when you start getting into some of these companies like Coinbase, and now we hear about Circle that are going public, interesting to see. Any little bit of news helps pump that price.
Absolutely. Every bit of news does matter when we
good news
markets, because they are always being priced in, whether good or bad. There were a few metrics that stuck out to me. As I mentioned earlier, we often isolate crypto and only think about coins and tokens. but there are actual stocks that are dependent on these digital assets and how they move. So if we look at Marathon Digital Holdings, a big digital asset technology company, they saw their stock price go up 22% on the NASDAQ from $8.83 to $9.82. So almost a whole dollar gain as a result of Ethereum climbing 10.5% and Bitcoin going up 4.5%, which is now more like 5.5% after today's action. In addition, one thing that stuck out to me was MicroStrategy. So as we all know, MicroStrategy is one of the largest, if not the largest institutional holder of Bitcoin with just under 130,000. Let me say that again, 130,000 Bitcoins. Their price in their stock also went up 6%. But the last one I'm going to mention is Riot Blockchain. Riot Blockchain, who has mining operations in Texas, they were forced to suspend their mining operations due to the heat wave. If you're in Texas, you're in the South, we're burning up. It's been over 100 degrees for several days, and Bitcoin miners depend on the same electrical grid. ERCOT, ERCOT, if you ever want to research about Texas Independent Energy Grid, look up ERCOT. And that is who Bitcoin miners are dependent upon. They issued a statement that said, hey, no Bitcoin mining, high heat wave. We don't want rolling blackouts. We don't want to crash the system. They agreed, but in addition to agreeing, what happened in the month of May while the price was falling is Riot Blockchain was selling more Bitcoin than they were actually mining. So is this a time where we're going to see a sustained bull market? No, absolutely not. They sold more Bitcoin than they mined. We have Texas saying, hey, you can't mine right now. There's a heat wave going on. Is this a fake out? Maybe, maybe not. We mentioned this for diversification. If you have a traditional portfolio and you want exposure, let's say in a IRA or a Roth IRA, or even just an individual investment account, you can gain exposure to cryptocurrency and have the similar price movements as the cryptocurrency itself by holding some of these stocks. Riot Blockchain, Block, Robinhood, MicroStrategy, these Coinbase, these are all highly dependent, and as you mentioned, Ashrel, correlated to the price of Bitcoin and Ether.
Yeah, interesting here. The traders were less bullish on Block, which was formerly known as Square. That's the Jack Dorsey company. Their shares only rose just 1%. Pair that with something like Coinbase. So interesting to see these two types of companies, Coinbase and Block, how their stocks will do and the type of risk that they pose to shareholders. I know Reggie has a whole on his boombless.com website and blog that he does financial analysis on some different projects, including Circle as well as Block. He goes into some analysis about the different risk faced by those companies that we wouldn't know about otherwise. So not as I saw you were tweeting today about insolvent companies that are broke here in crypto. So
Absolutely.
These big exchanges, even though they spend a lot on marketing and are pretty popular here in the US, a lot of them still have a hard time making money. So
those are loans. They prioritize growth, and they did not think about, oh, we need to be profitable. And now that markets have downturned and they need actual cash and they can't pay their loans, they are truly bankrupt. And so when we look at these big institutions, they can't manage their money any better than a retail investor in this space. So shout out to Interstellar. He says, bought some XRP about a year ago, $1,500. Now it's sitting around $300. That is exactly what happens. XRP has basically been trading around the same price since 2017. You could have bought XRP for $0.25. I think it's at 31 cents now, if I recall the market recap. So not a huge gain for holding something for 5 years. But really, until we get clarification from Gary Gensler and the SEC on what is their jurisdiction over unregistered securities, and specifically what are they going to do to XRP, you won't see positive price appreciation in XRP unless Digital Currency Group is the one to pump it. We'll talk about them in a few moments, but what else you got for me, my man?
Let's keep on. Speaking of companies and crypto, BlockFi offering employee buyouts just 1 month after cutting staff by 20%. In an effort to avoid more layoffs while struggling to adjust to market conditions, BlockFi initiated a voluntary separation program for employees. So, cryptocurrency lender BlockFi, which just weeks ago finalized a $400 million loan and potential acquisition terms with crypto exchange FTX, and led by their CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried. BlockFi is offering employee buyouts as a way to quietly reduce headcount. Wow.
Hey, you know what? They often say that be careful what you say. My dad used to teach me a lesson when we'd see homeless people on the side of the road. Don't laugh at them because one day that could be you. BlockFi CEO was just on Twitter last week, braggadocious. They are bankrupt or insolvent. We are not. Let me quote. They were/are bankrupt or insolvent. We are not. So, not us, them. Then on June 13th, BlockFi cuts 20% of their employees from 850 to 680. And then they try to slide some emails to their employees and say, we'll give you 10 weeks of paid leave. We'll pay 10 weeks of Cobra if you quit. If I quit.
That Cobra.
So you're going to put my Cobra, pay my Cobra, make me file unemployment insurance, and take this voluntary severance because it's not us, it's them. They bankrupt. They not running their company right. But didn't you just get a $450 million loan from Sam Bankman-Fried, who we are now going to start calling Daddy Sam Bankman-Fried, because he's taking.
Hell no, I ain't calling.
Put them on their knee. He take the companies CEOs and say, "Come sit down on my knee and take this money, and then fire all your employees, and then make them quit their jobs. And once this company's at its bottom, we're gonna buy you out." That is truly the Mark Zuckerberg way of doing business, and they all falling for it. So another one bites the dust because they mismanage their affairs. But it's not us, it's them. That does not put food on your table when they are forcing you to quit, or you just flat ass get laid off. Come on, BlockFi, you got to do better.
Definitely got to do better, man. Hey, FTX, BlockFi, FTX. It's only a matter of time.
Oh, and shout out to JoJo Wave. He says, I think BlockFi might actually make it out of this mess. They will, with Sam Bankman-Fried as their financier. He's already said, y'all need my $50 million loan. And what they do, stuck their hands out and took it.
Hey, Sam, the only one with cash on hand, seems like.
But he was the only one running to Washington, D.C., meeting with regulators, testifying before Congress. He was also the one that said, you know what, now that I got the U.S. regulators on my side, I'm moving my headquarters to the Bahamas, and I'm making deals with the Bahamians. So he, honestly, you got to give him his props, bro, because he playing chess, they playing checkers, and they losing. So I can't be mad.
Hey, bend the knee to Sam. This story from Kate Irwin. Kate Irwin, she writes some doozy stories over here at Decrypt. Yeah, says please. Bankrupt 3 Arrows Capital owes $3.5 billion to creditors, including $2.3 billion to Genesis. Over 67% of 3 Arrows Capital's multi-billion-dollar debt is owed to just one creditor. Man.
All right. You know how we like to do here at Crypto and Down? We really like to go down deeper than what they say, what they try to tell us happened. And as many of us know, Kyle Davies, Fuzu are on the run. Nobody knows if they're in Singapore. Nobody knows if they're in Hong Kong. Hell, they could be in Cape Town, South Africa, kicking it with the Kaji brothers, as far as we know. At this point, they don't even know if they used the firm's money to purchase a $48 million home or a $28 million home. They don't know if they took the firm's money to buy a yacht or no. But that's what the courts will ultimately decide, and these are some of the claims. But how did they get all of this money? This wasn't retail money. The story says that 2.3 of the $3.5 billion that they owe came from one person, Genesis. Genesis Global Trading might not ring a bell to those of us in cryptocurrency. But you know what does ring a bell? Their owner. Genesis is a subsidiary of who? Digital Currency Group.
Huh.
So you telling me Digital Currency Group, who owns Abra, Akala Network, Avanti Bank, let's just keep BitGo, Bitmark, BitPay, blockchain.com, CoinDesk, the news as well. So you telling me Chain Analysis, let's include them. Circles in the portfolio as well. Coinbase, CoinFlex, Coinmetrics. Let's Dapper Labs, Decentraland, Doom. So, and we only own Etherscan. So you telling me the number one investor in all of these projects loaned Three Arrows Capital $2.3 billion, and nobody was like, hey man, where my money? See? When you start digging and start asking, who giving all this money out? And who losing money? And why are y'all losing so much money? It all goes back to one or two places in my tracing: Digital Currency Group, or A16Z, and Andreessen Horowitz. All of these companies who failed were loaning money to each other. And if Digital Currency Group subsidiary Genesis loaned the money to 3AC and they couldn't pay back 3AC, who the hell gave the money to the Digital Currency Group? How do they still got the money? Because they never got the money back. I don't trust Digital Currency Group or anything that they're affiliated with. I think they are intentionally manipulating our markets through their acquisitions. And they have Grayscale as well. I forgot.
Yeah, Grayscale
as well. And we need to be very, very cautious and critical of the actions of Digital Currency Group, as they are what led to the collapse of Three Arrows Capital. Because if you didn't give them that $2.5 billion or $2.3 billion, they wouldn't be buying mansions and yachts and disappearing, riding in the wind. Y'all paid for it. Oh, damn! Is that Larry Summers?
Larry Summers, good old Larry.
Oh man, and this go all the way back to Larry Summers, my man who came up with the bailout plan for the banks after the 2008 collapse.
That's probably where all that money, they've been sitting on that money, that bailout money.
Yeah, we over here trying to figure out where the money came from, and who's sitting on their board of advisors? Former Secretary of Treasury himself, Larry Summers. Damn.
Harvard.
Them hoes be deep.
President of Harvard.
Oh yeah, he was the president of Harvard too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Pam.
They say Harvard's the one who engineered that entire financial collapse, but that's just what they say.
When he was the Secretary of Treasury, his daughter lived across the hall from me at Williams. Twins. Shout out to Pam and Ruth, cool ass girls. Party like a mug. So, Larry, hey, man, them my homegirls, so I can't say nothing. But hey, we see you.
We don't hold it against y'all, whoever your daddy is. We don't hold that against.
No, never did that. But we see you, bro. We definitely see you in Digital Currency Group. We watching everything y'all do. If y'all loaning out $2.3 billion and they out there buying yachts and messing up people money, and y'all didn't do nothing about it, that means y'all did it intentional with some intent. And I don't know what the intent is. I'm not here to figure it out. But get your act together. We watching.
Speaking of other firms, Scaramucci's firm pauses investor redemptions for fund with Bitcoin Ethereum exposure. One of the funds operating under the umbrella of Anthony Scaramucci's Skybridge Capital has reportedly suspended redemptions to its investors. Shout out to Scaramucci. He had a good run there as, what was he?
Scaramucci was the director of. Yeah, he
was one who got up in front of the TV and the reporters. That dude, and in the White House.
No,
anyway,
he wasn't the president.
Was that him?
He was the director of communications.
Director of communications.
That's right. He was above the press secretary.
Okay, so he was the press secretary's boss, essentially.
Exactly.
So, Legion Strategies, a hedge fund affiliated with Anthony Scaramucci's Skybridge Capital, has halted investor redemptions, and this is according to a Bloomberg report citing people familiar with the decision. So the move comes after steep declines in stocks and cryptocurrencies witnessed over the past months, with one source telling Bloomberg that decision to suspend redemptions was made because stocks in private companies, which are traditionally harder to sell, now make up about 20% of the fund's portfolio. FTX, the crypto exchange led by Sam Bankman-Fried, is also listed among Legion Strategies' private investments. FTX, Legion Strategies, Digital Currency Group. So it's a one big cluster over here.
It is a boys' club of boys' clubs. But this one right here, we really gonna flush out the hard way. So you mentioned Harvard earlier. Scaramucci, also a Harvard law grad. Scaramucci, now a Democrat who criticizes Trump after being fired after 10 days of being the director of White House communications. But he started off as a financier. He started his career at Goldman Sachs as a banker in the 90s. And then he moved from Goldman Sachs to start his own firm. And then that firm evolved into what we now know as Skybridge Capital. It's bad that rich people give their money to other rich people, and then that rich person loses their money, and then they be like, yeah, we just gonna temporarily suspend redemptions until we can make the money back. But let me give y'all one quote that was not in the article. This is from Scaramucci himself in an interview with CNBC. The decision was made to suspend the redemption. Of course, those are temporary suspensions. Let me put an emphasis on temporary suspensions. Our board made the decision to temporarily suspend, here's the kicker, until we can raise capital inside the fund, and then make sure that when people get out, they get out orderly, and we keep the fund's portfolio composition more or less in sync. So not to damage investors, frankly, who want to stay in. Is that not the definition of a Ponzi scheme?
Sounds like it to me.
I may not be the smartest man in the world, but if they say you can't get your money back until we get some more money from the other people, and when they want to stay in, then you can get your money out, is that not the definition of a Ponzi scheme? How the hell do guys like Anthony Scaramucci get to publicly be involved in Ponzi schemes, but just due to their connections and who they're involved with, nobody bats an eye? Well, I'm here to say that's a Ponzi scheme. And if you give your money to Anthony Scaramucci, you deserve to get robbed. He just explained to you in his own words, oh yeah, we can't pay y'all back till we get some more capital from somebody else. And then when we get their money, then we can pay y'all.
Yeah, they just want an orderly exit.
An orderly exit. That's what my man Bernie Madoff said too. That is literally what Bernie Madoff said. Hey man, y'all keep writing these checks. We're gonna keep putting them in our account. We'll pay the other people off, and y'all just sit in here until somebody else come and pay y'all off. The traditional markets have just as much problem as DeFi. So if they're going to regulate DeFi, Elizabeth Warren, go regulate Scaramucci. Start with him. He just admitted to a federal crime. Go look at him.
You're right, man. It's funny you bringing up Bernie. Bernie was the only one who got out of that whole financial mess, and Bernie got locked up.
Bernie got locked up, and Martha Stewart got locked up. Ain't nobody else did nothing illegal.
No one else. Not Larry Summers didn't get locked up.
Hey, that's what I like about Crypto and Down, my brother, is we just give it live, direct, uncut, let people go down the wormhole and research these companies themselves, the digital currency groups, figure out how they are interconnected with Alameda's, figure out how FTX is funding much of this borrowing, loan, and money left and right. And once we start to understand that there is this cabal inside cryptocurrency who aren't on our side, who don't want retail investors to do well, who want the regulation so that they can take our money, do what they want with it. We ain't standing for it. We're going to keep bringing it live, direct, uncut, because that's just what we do. That's a hell of a couple stories, man. Let's take a break, my guy.
All right, let's take a break, and then we'll touch on the cabal. Is CZ in the cabal? Is CZ for the people? And we'll get your thoughts on Binance and all that.
All right, cool.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button. 2,000 likes, 3,000 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I like you like it. I know you like watching. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Biotech will smack your head.
All right, CZ. Where is a Bitcoin giant Binance headquartered? Answer coming in due time. Changpeng Zhao says Binance has offices in cities like Bahrain, Dubai, and Paris, and will soon announce the location of a single global holding company. You know, we give lots of people shout outs, whether we like them or not, but give us your thoughts on Binance, CZ, and his pending announcement on the location of a single holding company for Binance.
The tap on the shoulder works. When they come and say, "Hey, bro, get in line," it works. He was up like Debo at first. We are a decentralized company, and we're going to keep with the ethos of decentralization. And they walked over and said, "Where your office at, bro? Where your headquarters?" And he said, No. Like, we're decentralized. Like we're only on computers. Like, I've been working at home for like 3 years. I've never been to an office. They're like, nah, you got to have a office somewhere where we can pull up on your ass and take you to jail when we need to find you. So now, after the tap on the shoulder, we got a different tune. We have a global holding company for our centralized exchange. And we did capitulate. Let me quote. We did capitulate. That is out of CZ's mouth. When we started 5 years ago, there was very little regulatory framework. In fact, most of the regulators basically said, we don't regulate this industry. You're off. We're not involved. Today, where's your headquarters? That's that tap on the shoulder. So we set up local offices, local entities, hired local compliance, legal, the whole structure. So when people ask about our headquarters, we have the structure set up so we satisfy both. If we're in France, we got a headquarters in Paris. If we're in the Middle East, it's Bahrain and Dubai and Abu Dhabi. So people now can go to their nearest office if they have an issue. They can find us, they can talk to us. People is not retail. That is not us. That's the regulators. So if they want to give them that tap on the shoulder, they know where to pull up now. And my favorite part about this article, let's tie it all together in one big book. Along with his effort to play nice with regulators, CZ is sounding more like a politician, perhaps taking a page from his rival, Sam Bankman-Fried, the FTX founder who has made so many trips to Washington, even after moving his company to the Bahamas to lobby on the behalf of the industry. So CZ said, if I can't beat them, join them. Can't be mad. That's how you.
What's your guess? Where do you think they'll end up as the headquarters? Switzerland, Dubai.
Yeah, I'm going. They've been putting this Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, Dubai out too much. So if I were to put my money on where CZ sets up shop, you set up shop where you have authoritarian protection, lots of access to capital, and if you needed to have rules a little bit, my man, a little something, you'll be straight. So me myself,
I would go. Yo, I'm getting that money. Sorry.
But
Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, Dubai, like we're gonna do good business. We're gonna do good business. And that article said he has 46 money transmitter licenses in 46 different states. So
absolutely,
FTX and Binance are posed to go neck and neck as far as being that crypto bank that is to the common man, retail investor.
Binance.us, as you mentioned, 46 money transmitter licenses. That's huge. That means they're legal. That means they're not going to be treated like BlockFi. So it means like they don't have to go public like Coinbase. They can literally operate a centralized exchange legally, which was something that many exchanges haven't been able to accomplish. CZ has, and I think he's gonna set up shop in the Middle East. FTX said Bahamas is our home. I think they're gonna go get that Middle East money and run it up. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad.
Hey man, shout out! Yeah, go. I might have to take a trip out there. Once they get set up, have to go visit.
I see the play. I see the play. It's wide open. The lane is open. Go take it. Be friends with the king first. Make sure you cool with all the princes. Talk the right talk. Do what you need to do. And at the end of the day, they governments pay just like the U.S. government do.
Hey, you could say
they might pay more.
Yeah, I think honestly, if you look at where we've been at the past 20 years, someone over there is paying for us to be over there.
Say it again.
Someone's paying for us to be over there.
The Israelis and one of them, I think
they had a deal, right? They were cutting them peace deals.
Yeah, the Abu Dhabi peace trade deal. So
we talked about
on Middle East. That's my bet for Binance.
Hey, that's where that new technology they had everyone shooting up in their arm came.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the Terrence Howard new technology.
Terrence Howard.
You ain't see that?
I saw. I only watched 10 seconds of it. I didn't go all the way through. Now that's up my alley. He's talking about he said he's got new technology for Uganda. Hey man,
bro,
I'm not saying I don't believe him, but
bro, he said he got it, man. So hold on. Let's go down, man. We didn't touched on the market. We didn't gave him the news. Now let's go down, man. And I know I didn't find a lot of down news, but Terrence Howard just popped in my mind. So this is a perfect article to start our down because what Terrence Howard said.
Hey, all right, I'm gonna play this.
I don't know what kind
let's play it. Let's play it, and then let's go through that article you sent me.
All right, baby.
We'll watch this live together because I'm not even sure what he's about to say here.
Oh man!
Thank you for this great honor to meet with me and my wife. We appreciate your leadership in the strong Pan-African spirit that has enabled you to take a center role in uniting Africa. And we also appreciate what you have done regarding the diaspora and asking Africans, people of African descent, to return back to Africa so that we can now rebuild Africa the way that it was supposed to be. Thank you for this.
Didn't get much there, but let's see here. It says Terrence Howard says he reinvented physics and has developed, quote, a new form of flight that he would like to bring to Uganda. The actor claimed this new technology could defend the sovereignty of the country. Now, is Terrence Howard saying he's got the inside scoop on this UFO propulsion type technology? Is he saying that? Now, I'll say this. I was listening to an interview, and a gentleman from the NOI had said that the NOI was plugged in throughout the years. The Honorable Prophet Elijah Muhammad had talked about these wheel-like UFOs going back decades. So I don't know what connection that may have with Terrence Howard and his potentially new physics and flight, but I gotta say, I'm intrigued. I want to know what's up with this. Let me pull up this article you sent.
Yeah. Pull it up, and this will definitely set the stage because that was the African Union's snippet of what Terrence Howard said. People need to really hear what Terrence Howard said about the technology that he has found. Of course, he's the star of Empire, Crash,
He was in Iron Man.
Iron Man.
So who was in Iron Man till they replaced
he's
him?
still the technology from Hollywood and Iron Man and come up with it himself. Let's let the crypto rascal.
Whoa! You say
hydrogen? Yes.
You say hydrogen technology?
Yes, hydrogen. Bro, watch the clip real quick, and then we'll have a full discussion.
Oh, we gotta watch this one right here.
Yeah, this one.
All right, let's pull it up. First time live.
You know, I was born Terrence Howard. I've become an actor. You know, I've been nominated for Oscars and Golden Globes and SAG Awards, but those weren't the things that really moved me. As a child, I studied chemical engineering at Pratt Institute, was there for 2 years until I saw that there was an inconsistency with the math there. And so I went out to explore a new way of understanding how the universe works, and I was able to define the grand unified field equation they've been looking for and put it into geometry. And then with that geometry, I was able to put props on that. And what I'm saying is now we have invented a new form of flight that I would like to bring here to Uganda to replace the drones, to replace the helicopters, to replace the planes. We have all the funding necessary. What we need is just a fertile ground in which to build this. Now, this is the geometry of hydrogen. Of hydrogen. Hydrogen. This is the proton itself. So any bond that hydrogen can make, our linchpins are able to make. So we're talking about unlimited bonding, unlimited predictable structures, supersymmetry. And the linchpins are now able to behave as a swarm, as a colony that can defend a nation, that can harvest food, that can remove plastics from the ocean, that can give the children of Uganda and the people of Uganda an opportunity to spread this and to sell these products throughout the world. So we are no longer just selling agricultural products and pieces from the land. We can now sell and take center stage with technology. But the main purpose is to defend the sovereignty of a peaceful place and a peaceful people without having to have our young men lose their lives.
Interesting.
Terrence Howard just saw
Hey,
The hardest
all I know is they killed that man over in New York
of all time
for having a hydrogen
vehicle.
pit vehicle. So
Now, he says he solved the grand unified theory. I encourage everyone to look up the grand unified theory because it does speak towards something that has been in the news recently, and that's the Large Hadron Collider. Also, something that we've been talking about in society recently is what happens when we send atoms or particles at high rates of speed at one another. Some people said that there may be the opening of a portal, but grand unified theory is a model in particle physics in which at high energies, the three gauge interactions of the standard model comprising electromagnetic, weak, and strong forces are merged into a single force. Although this unified force has not been directly discovered, many GUT models, grand unified theory models, theorize its existence. So, if Terrence Howard solved the grand unified theory equation, he has to go all the way to Uganda to stop this, bruh. Just take me out now, cause this literally changed the whole world, bro. This is literally like the deepest physics question that we pondered for decades. I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm not saying that I ain't been doing
unlikely person to solve it.
But did he forget they had cameras in Uganda and that somebody was gonna record that shit? Because come on, bro. Like you had me for a second, but then I was like, hold on. Iron Man stole. If he stole the technology from Iron Man, don't you think Hollywood be on his ass?
Hey,
No.
hey, maybe Tony Stark hooked it up, man. Let him have.
Hey,
Tony let him walk away with a little something.
Yo,
I don't know why he waited all this time. You should have done this in 2008, but you know.
Hey man, he went over to Uganda. They gave him the mic, and bro went off. And you see that the African Union branded. See, that sounded real good. That was all about the diaspora. But they ain't show y'all that other part. They ain't show y'all where he solved the grand unified theory. oh yeah, there in his free time, in his spare time between Iron Man and Empire. Hey, shout out to the comment section, man. Y'all been jumping. Cryptonomics, like I said, Terrence Howard is a washed up quack. Can't believe this platform allowed this discussion. We in the down section, man.
Hey man, we'll talk about whatever, man. Hey,
in the down section,
the crazy ones.
Yeah,
something.
Jay Air says, I'm wondering, is Terrence talking about flight in regards to dealing with war zone flight situations? It seemed like it to me that this new hydrogen propulsion system that he has created based off of solving the grand unified theory will allow devices.
Wait, did he do this to himself personally, or
and so
he's plugged in with the people who did it?
He said he did it, man. And then JR says, oh, okay, it seems like he's talking about something to for agriculture and military power for Uganda. It is. He's talking about giving them like the world's like top technology, like actually moving us past like particle colliders and actually harnessing that energy and then applying it into a deployable product. Hey, that's light years.
What if the cabal stole this invention and gave it to, and they're like, yo, man, it's got to be the end of the world where they're like, yo, Terrence, we'll let you take credit for it.
Yeah, Cryptonomics say my man having a mental episode for the last couple of years. So we're going to pray for Terrence Howard. No disrespect. Last story I want to touch on in the down section was Mookie Betts on Twitter. Mookie Betts was trending with his most recent T-shirt that he decided to wear at the All-Star game today. It was very, very interesting, as we don't often talk about race in baseball in the same sentence. And he decided to wear a shirt at the All-Star game during batting practice that says we need more black people at the stadium. We need more black people at the stadium. Let me say something real quick. Can we stop making political statements on t-shirts? Like, I know how many baseball games I go to every year. That's like saying we need more black people in crypto. If you're not lifting up the people who are actually going to the stadiums, buying your jerseys that look like you, don't say more people need to do it. You need to highlight the people that's actually doing it. That's like saying black people don't participate in cryptocurrency. Instead of saying we need more black people to participate, how about you big up the people that are participating, and maybe that would actually make that thing more attractive to other people because they would see like-minded individuals participating in something that might interest them. And they're like, damn, what they doing over there? They going to baseball games? Shit, I might want to go to a baseball game. Oh, some black people in crypto? I didn't even know. He just saying we need more black people. Well, hey, man.
Doing what though? Like, you just want them at the stadium? Like,
yeah, exactly. Exactly,
man.
Bro. So
That's corny as hell.
Man. Good show today, bro. We kept it tight and sweet. We stayed under an hour. Gave the news that the people could use. We appreciate all the interactions in the comment section. Shout out to Cryptonomics, G Barkley, J Air, shit, everybody in here, Interstellar. Shout out to King and Bitcoin Zay. Episode 1000 coming up on the Gentleman of Crypto. We're coming up on episode 100. And as I was thinking about, we on episode 98 right now. I think they're on like 998. It's literally like 10 times as many episodes as we have had. And I know how hard it is to stay motivated when the markets is down, not making money hand over foot. So shout out to Bitcoin Zay and King Bless on episode 1000. When they say we need more black people doing it, instead of saying that, big up the black people that are actually doing it. Actually promote their platforms. Help them actually be out there, because then that helps more black people participate. So shout out to Bitcoin Zay and King Bless and the Gentlemen of Crypto, the Crypto Warriors on episode 1000. On episode 100, we will be giving away 2 NFTs, just like we did on episode 50 to close out season 2. And that is in honor of the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 1000, and us closing out season 2, episode 100. So tune in next Tuesday. If you're in the comment section, you will be in the raffle for some NFTs from the OpenSea.io/crypto and down collection. Peace and blessings, none but love. And there are black people out there doing everything. When they say we not doing it, tell them to pay attention.
Get out them t-shirts.